Double trouble. Avoiding double passives in English. Hello and welcome to another English language learning video. Today, we'll delve into the fascinating world of verbs and tenses, specifically focusing on the passive voice. One common pitfall that learners often stumble upon is the double passive. It can be tricky, but don't worry, we're here to help you avoid this common mistake. Before we dive into the double passive, let's refresh our memory about the passive voice. In a passive sentence, the subject is acted upon by the verb. The main focus shifts from the doer of the action to the receiver of the action. For example, the book was read by John. Here, the book, the subject, is the focus, not John, the doer. Double passive, as the name suggests, is when two passive structures are used in the same sentence. This usually happens when we use a passive form of a verb right after another passive form. This can lead to a sentence that sounds awkward and confusing. For example, the cake was been eaten by the kids is a double passive sentence. Now that we've defined the double passive, let's examine some common mistakes. One typical error is using a double auxiliary verb in a passive sentence. Like our previous example, the cake was been eaten by the kids is incorrect because it uses two auxiliary verbs, was and been. The correct sentence should be, the cake was eaten by the kids. Avoiding the double passive is simple once you know what to look for. Here are some tips to help you. 1. Look out for two auxiliary verbs. As we've learned, two auxiliary verbs together can be a sign of a double passive. Keep an eye out for this structure and correct it when necessary. 2. Focus on clarity. Your goal is to convey a message as clearly as possible. If your sentence sounds awkward or confusing, it might be a double passive. When in doubt, try rephrasing the sentence. 3. Practice. The best way to master any language rule is practice. Try writing and speaking in the passive voice, and correct yourself when you catch a double passive. And that's a wrap on double passives. Remember, the key to avoiding this common mistake is to always be aware of your sentence structure and aim for clear, concise sentences. With a little practice, you'll master this in no time. Keep practicing and keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video.